Don't mind him. Currently, we are under repair, Zaid. James Palmer, Zaid Hakeem with us, bringing you fantasy again. And Zaid, we have a big game tonight, don't we?
We do. Wave those towels, baby. Woohoo! Steelers over the Browns. Absolutely. Play Mendenhall and Heath Miller if you need a tight end.
Look at him go. It is playoff time for fantasy owners everywhere. I'm playing Pelvic Instability for the second week in a row. It's a rematch from last week. I'm going to take you down to Chinatown, my friend. So let's get into some matchups on Sunday. I'm going to start off with Carolina and Atlanta. Play Julio Jones, 10 targets last week against Houston. Also, he's going up against Captain Huzaid.
Captain Munnerlin.
Yes, he's giving up over 14 yards a catch to opposing wide receivers.
Wow, that's not good. I like Michael Turner. In his last 6 games against the Carolina Panthers, 651 yards rushing, 11 touchdowns. But with the good with Atlanta comes the bad. Matt Ryan has not been so effective because Michael Turner's been so effective. So if you have a better option at quarterback other than Matt Ryan, go with it.
Carolina is giving up the 8th most fantasy points to wide receivers, though. Let's move on, though. Let's go to Texans and Bengals. If you got guys on the ground for the Texans, you got to go with Ben Tate and Arian Foster in this. 44 rushing attempts last week, Zaid. 44 rushing attempts.
That's a lot.
That's crazy. With TJ Yates, that's probably what's going to happen. You got a couple other guys you want to play.
I got a couple guys for you to focus on. Beanie Wells. Beware of Beanie. The San Francisco 49ers defense has not given up a rushing touchdown this season. If you have a better option than Beanie Wells, please go with it. Matthew Stafford, in his last 2 games, he's thrown 2 touchdown passes, 4 interceptions. However, they're playing against the Minnesota Vikings. No defense has given up more fantasy points to opposing quarterbacks than the Minnesota Vikings. Go with Matthew Stafford.
And here's interesting matchup here with Miami and the Eagles. I'm going to go with the playmakers on the Dolphins. How crazy is that? Reggie Bush is going to have a field day against this Eagles defense, rushing the ball and catching the ball out of the backfield. And Brandon Marshall, he's virtually unguardable with his size. And then let's go to the Giants and the Cowboys. You obviously have to play Eli Manning, Victor Cruz, Hakeem Nicks. That's a definite.
Absolutely.
But the Giants are in the bottom 10. They're 10 most generous in the 4 major categories. So you have to play Romo, DeMarco Murray, Dez Bryant. But you come into a little bit of an issue with Miles Austin coming back with Robinson playing.
Now, play the 3 receivers. Miles Austin, Warren Robinson, Dez Bryant. Go with all 3 of those receivers against that Giants secondary.
Lefty loosey, righty tighty bop. That's how I live my life. Let's go with fantasy team names now. I'm going to go with the real McCoys. You got to give it to Shady on Sunday. Come on.
I'm going to go with, if it's Brown, flush it down.
That's
I got
disgusting.
that from Pittsburgh. My people from the Steeler Nation sent me that over the internet. So if it's Brown, yeah, they've internet. You might have heard of it.
That thing's still around.